These 5 daily habits take no longer than 60 seconds each, but they save me at least 3 hours a day simply because I'm working smarter rather than harder, and I'm focusing on things that really matter. And the 5th habit is by far my favorite. It's a kind of super habit that combines the first 4 60-second habits. But let's start with the first 60-second habit, which is track your time with a dedicated timer. I have a dedicated timer next to my laptop when I'm working, and I really can't recommend this enough. No, not that one, but this one. And it costs about $8 from AliExpress or some similar Chinese website. And it's a really simple habit I follow to help me focus, and it saved me hundreds of hours of procrastination over the time that I've been using it. And I know that you are probably thinking that your phone has a perfectly good timer app, but ask yourself this: do you want a timer that actually helps you focus, or do you want a timer that will interrupt you with alerts, with social media, and all sorts of notification nonsense? It's a bit ironic, isn't it? So do yourself a favor and put your phone away. I usually put mine behind my laptop screen, and it distracts me far less. The simple timer has just one job: to count down how much time you have allocated for a given task. Good boy. The reason the habit works so well is because it helps fight a common problem called Parkinson's Law. So Parkinson's Law states that your work will expand to fill the time you set for its completion. So if you give yourself a full day to write an assignment, for example, it will take you a full day. But if you give yourself whenever to do a task, then you will probably never finish that task. The 60-second lineup. So this habit is based on the idea of doing your most important task, also known as the MIT strategy, as soon as possible. I really do think that the single easiest way to be more productive is to simply do less. By focusing on these important tasks, you'll move the needle towards your goal more than anything else. I follow this habit every single day, and I do it right before I go to bed. It takes me less than 60 seconds. I just write out the tasks that I need to do the next day, and I only write down the tasks that are going to move the needle more than anything else. And that means as soon as I wake up in the morning, I know exactly what I need to do. I don't need to think, what should I do today? Because my most important tasks are all lined up, I just wake up and I get straight to work. To make this habit easy to follow, I put my task list right on my home screen, so as soon as I unlock my phone, my task list is right there staring at me. The worst thing you can do is have your task list actually hidden away somewhere where you're gonna forget about it. I only have 3 tasks to do today, but those are extremely important tasks. Then later in the week, I have anywhere from 2 to 4 tasks a day. I really do try and keep my task list as empty as possible. The 60-second lineup, as the name suggests, takes 60 seconds every night, but it saves me so much time the following day. Make the switch to short form. So this might sound a little bit controversial, but hear me out. When I first discovered TikTok around mid-2021, I deleted the app within about 3 minutes. I hated it because the app was just showing me dance videos and entertainment videos. But since then, I've done a full U-turn, and I love TikTok and YouTube Shorts. Primarily YouTube Shorts. I think both are incredible education tools, and I'm gonna show you why. The problem with a 10-minute YouTube video, kind of like this one that you're watching right now, is that there's often a lot of fluff. With YouTube Shorts, the fluff gets boiled down to golden nuggets of information. So think about how much time that can save you every week. I used to love watching long-form podcasts like Joe Rogan Experience, for example. His guests are always so inspiring, and I learned a ton from them over the years. But each episode lasts for about 2 or 3 hours, and that forced me to kind of pick and choose which episodes to watch, and that meant that I probably missed out on a lot of great stuff. But with YouTube Shorts, I'm able to keep up with all the guests, and I'm just digesting the main golden nuggets from each short. So for the naysayers out there who think that YouTube Shorts is kind of useless entertainment of dance videos, for example, you should try this. Go to YouTube Shorts, and search for a few things that will bring you the most educational value. And once you find those shorts that you like, subscribe to those channels and like any video that you find useful, and repeat this for about 20 different channels. And I bet that by the end of it, you've just kind of turned your stream into a golden river of nuggets as the algorithm learns what it wants to show you. So congratulations, you've just trained the algorithm to feed you short form content that is actually educational and useful. And while improving the way that you watch videos is great, I still can't stress enough the importance of putting what you learn into actual practice. It's not enough to just consume information. You've got to take action to make meaningful progress. And with the help of our sponsor today, you can start taking action now. So with Honeygain, you can make passive income just by downloading the app and keeping it running in the background on your phone. You make money by simply sharing your internet connection. The app doesn't collect any personal data. Instead, it uses the internet to gather bits of information from the web, such as who's offering the best prices or where fake goods are being sold online. Best deal sites need to compare prices from different regions, and that's where Honeygain comes in. Honeygain is kind of like a Google of web monitoring for companies. You might have benefited from it before without even knowing it. With the help of millions of users working together, you can find the best prices for your flight tickets or insurance policies, for example. You can earn enough for things like small purchases like monthly Netflix, Spotify, or YouTube Premium subscriptions. To get started, you can click the link in the description and use my discount code MikeD, and you'll get your first $5 straight to your account. Forget goals, build systems instead. I rarely set goals anymore. I much prefer building systems. So what's the difference, you say? Goals are about the destination, whereas systems are about the journey. Building systems work in the same way as habits do. They're both about automating your life, so you don't have to think as much. Let me give you an example. I've developed a system for producing high quality content for you. My system is set up in Notion, where my team and I can keep track of each video in our video creation process. Once a video has completed the writing stage, it gets moved to the creative department to add their own special touch before being passed to the filming department. Again, a system that helps me delegate work and helps my team collaborate more effectively. The calendar on your phone, that's a system so you don't have to remember your appointments for that day. It decreases the amount of brain capacity you need to use during the day, freeing your mental capacity up for other more important things. Another system of mine is much more simple. It's when I arrive home, I put my keys, my wallet, my AirPods all in the same place on my desk, so later when I leave the house, I don't have to scramble to find my keys because I know exactly where I put them. It's a very simple system that takes me less than 60 seconds, but it saves me a lot of time in the long run. Plan your day around 1 4-hour work session. So this is probably my favorite productivity habit because it combines many of the habits I've talked about earlier in the video into one kind of super habit. Every morning, I block off 4 hours in my calendar from about 7:20 a.m. to 11:20 a.m. I'll go to a coffee shop, I'll turn off notifications and do my single most important task of that day with full focus, no distractions. And every day, the first 4 hours in the morning is by far my most productive part of the day. It works because, for me at least, my biological prime time is in the morning, the time when I'm feeling the most energized, the most productive, and I know this, so I plan my day to take advantage of this 4-hour window in the morning, and the night before, I set the task that I'm going to do, and then the next day, I sit down at a coffee shop, I put my dedicated timer next to my laptop, and I start the 4-hour countdown timer. My body is now trained for this. It's become an automated habit, so I don't even have to think about going to the coffee shop to work in the morning. I just do it automatically. I protect the morning like a doctor's appointment. I don't schedule meetings, I don't schedule Zoom calls or lesser important tasks in the morning. The whole point of these 5 habits is to automate your life and streamline your productivity. In fact, I made another video called 7 daily micro habits that are changing my life. You can click on the card on the screen to watch that. And if you love this video, you're gonna love that one even more. Cut.